Archangel Michael says, your name has been spoken in places you never imagined. Behind tightly sealed courtroom doors and within the marble halls of justice, someone whispered your identity. Not an accusation, not in shame, but in honor and divine urgency. Last week, a sealed envelope reached the desk of a respected lawyer who hadn't thought of your name for years. The envelope came from a city far away, written in an ink that seemed to glow under certain light. It carried a legacy, a burden, a responsibility, and now, the weight of it is being delivered straight to you. Something you once forgot, or perhaps never even knew, is being dug up like a buried treasure. But this is not just about money. It's about your rightful place in something bigger. The lawyer is not chasing you out of duty, they are searching out of desperation because time is running out. A deadline approaches. A verdict has been paused. And your presence, your signature, your decision, holds the power to shift destinies for more than just yourself. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You were chosen long before the papers were signed, and your connection to this case is not coincidence. A man who passed away months ago left one line in his final will: deliver this truth to your name, no matter what it costs, that man knew who you are. And he believed the world would try to hide this from you. Archangel Michael says, they tried to erase your traces from the document, they tried to burn old photographs, silence the clerks, and bribe someone to change the dates. But the fire didn't consume the file because divine protection covered it. Your spiritual fingerprints are all over this situation, and now, the energy around you has shifted. The lawyer is seeing your face in dreams, waking in the middle of the night whispering your name aloud. Type Amen to get blessing 918. They are being haunted, not by fear, but by urgency. Each moment that passes without your acknowledgement causes them inner chaos. Their job was to deliver the message quietly, but they've begun telling others, I don't care about the protocol. This is urgent. The message you are meant to receive is not something that can be found on the internet or through gossip. It is sacred. It involves a past relative, someone who moved in silence and who passed without telling the truth. Now the truth is being forced into the light. The envelope that holds your key is thick and heavy. Inside, it carries not only the will but a map. Yes, a literal map to something only you can unlock. Type Amen to get blessing 204. There's a location tied to this map, and that location has been sealed off for decades. But now the court has approved a special order, only you are granted access. The lawyer has hired a team to track your location and is willing to fly across oceans if that's what it takes. Your face has been passed around silently. Your recent photographs were printed from social media, enhanced, and compared with an old portrait found inside a locked chest. You match the features. There's no doubt. You are the missing piece in a very old agreement, an agreement that involves more than just inheritance. It involves land, identity, and spiritual authority over a region. Type Amen to get blessing 772. A woman was paid to keep your name off the record. She's now under investigation. And the lawyer, who was initially skeptical, had a dream 3 nights ago where a divine voice said, find them. They are the gate, Archangel Michael says, even if you're feeling unprepared, your soul has been preparing for this moment in silence. Every pain, every delay, every moment of confusion has been the shaping process. Because what is being handed to you now isn't ordinary, a small portion of the estate has already been released, but the majority is frozen until you sign. This isn't about greed. It's about generational justice. Someone in your family planted a seed, and you are the one chosen to harvest it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A series of encrypted voice notes have surfaced. One of them mentioned your full name, your birthplace, and a childhood event no outsider could have known. These were stored in a private vault. Now they are being handed to the lawyer, who has already broken protocol to get them to you. The person who left this behind is crying from heaven for you to receive it. Not because of the possessions, but because of the truth it carries. You are not who you thought you were, you are more. This moment is going to separate your old life from your new one. Once you hear what has been hidden from you, you will never see life the same way. What was meant for harm is now becoming your promotion. Type Amen to get blessing 894. There's an object that was buried with a note tied around it. It's been uncovered, and the note says, "Give this to your name, only when the time is right, the time is now." That's why the lawyer is looking everywhere for you. Even trying your distant contacts, they've gone through school records, old addresses, and even spoken to people from your past to locate you. But no one can control how destiny flows, only divine timing decides. That's why this message is reaching you now. There's no pressure from heaven, only invitation. You are being given a chance to walk into what is yours. All you need to do is accept it. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, they tried to transfer this to someone else after failing to reach you. But every time they did, the contract broke apart. The clause is spiritual. It cannot be passed to another. There's a divine shield over your name, when spoken. It activates truth and protection. That's why even the enemies involved in this case are beginning to back away. Something will arrive at your door soon. It may be a parcel. It may be a letter, but it will carry something more than physical. When you touch it, your soul will remember. Type Amen to get blessing 482. Someone close to the lawyer begged them to stop pursuing you. They said it's dangerous to open the past. But the lawyer said, this isn't about me anymore. I can't sleep until I find them. You've been seen by divine forces as the anchor of a lineage. This is not the first time your name was written in sacred records. It is simply the first time it has been revealed to you. The lawyer has started writing a journal about this process. They said, if I died before I meet them, at least someone will know I tried. That is how serious this is. Type Amen to get blessing 902. Your photo has been attached to a white folder. On that folder, written in red ink, are the words, not to be released to the public. You are not a secret, you are sacred. This situation involves not only physical assets but hidden spiritual power. One of your ancestors was part of a divine covenant. That covenant was broken long ago, and now you are being called to restore it. The lawyer has already taken an oath to protect this message, but even they didn't know the full weight of it until they held the letter and cried out uncontrollably. Type Amen to get blessing 384. When you read the final words of that letter, it will feel like time stops. A truth buried deeper than any memory will stir inside you. And with it, your purpose will become clearer. You are not alone in this journey, forces of light are already around you. The moment you accept the truth, the protection intensifies. This lawyer is not just a professional, they are a divine instrument, chosen not by a firm, but by fate. Because only someone with a soul connection to justice could carry this out. Type Amen to get blessing 667. Archangel Michael says, your steps are being watched and guarded. Not out of fear, but out of divine necessity. The lawyer has been asked to ensure your safety as this truth unfolds. You will soon see a name you forgot, but your heart will remember it. That name is tied to the moment everything began. And that person is no longer alive, but their voice is louder now than ever. Inside the final folder, there's a key. No one knows what it opens, but you will. You'll recognize it not with your mind, but with your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 227. A stranger is being sent to confirm the moment. You may think it's coincidence, but they will say something no one else knows. That phrase will unlock your memory. When you hear it, your hands will tremble, not from fear, but from release. Because deep down, your soul has been waiting for this day since childhood. The search is almost over. The lawyer will find you soon. But today, this message found you first. Type Amen to get blessing 101. They are closer than ever now. The lawyer has reached out to officials in multiple cities, narrowing your possible location to just 3 zones: surveillance, phone calls, even silent visits to places you once lived. Every clue is leading them straight to your door. You may feel the air shifting, you may have felt unusually watched recently, not in fear, but as if something was trying to reach you. That's not paranoia, it's prophecy being fulfilled. Someone from your past tried to erase your existence in this matter. But their hands are now being tied. Every lie written against you is unraveling before the higher courts, both legal and spiritual. Type Amen to get blessing 715. A judge had once said the case was closed. But 3 nights ago, that same judge called the lawyer in tears, saying, something isn't right. I had a dream with their name in gold light. The moment that happened, a divine reversal began. You were blocked. But now the gates are opening. You were delayed, but never denied. This case involves more than material things. There are scrolls with ancient family markings, and you, unknowingly, carry the same mark in a mole or birthmark you've always questioned. One of your photos has now been included in a sealed spiritual file. When it was shown to a prophetic woman brought into the case for verification, she gasped and fell to her knees. She whispered, "This is them. I saw them in a vision 5 years ago." Type Amen to get blessing 999. The property attached to your name is not only massive, it is sacred land. It holds stories, energies, and even physical structures that were built for someone like you. No one else could unlock its doors or restore its purpose. In the past, someone tried to sell that land, but each buyer mysteriously withdrew. Some claimed to hear voices, others fell ill, and one buyer had a dream where a guardian angel said, "This belongs to another, return it." That land has waited for you. Trees have grown around a central space where something was once buried. That something is about to be uncovered. The lawyer is preparing a team, not just to hand you papers, but to walk with you through that land. The moment you step onto it, something old will stir awake. Type Amen to get blessing 553. Archangel Michael says, every step you've taken, even the painful ones, were leading you here. You were protected in strange ways, accidents that never happened, delays that saved you, closed doors that redirected you. Now, you understand why. This message carries the sound of destiny catching up. You didn't chase it, it chased you. And now that it's found you, nothing will ever be the same. The lawyer's health is fading because they've been holding on to this mission with urgency. They told someone, "I will not die until they know. Even if it's my last breath." You are not just a beneficiary, you are a bloodline carrier, and this inheritance has power not just to bless you, but to break generational curses. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Soon, you may see a person standing quietly near your home or workplace. They are not there to harm. They are waiting for the right moment to approach with documents. Do not panic. The divine plan includes them. They were sent to you through a trail of prayers and divine instruction. You might receive a phone call with no voice on the other end. Only breath, that is the lawyer's assistant, ensuring they found the right person before proceeding further. Once verified, you will receive a sealed briefcase. Inside will be not only your documents, but also something personal, a handwritten letter from the one who left it all behind. That letter will make you cry. Type Amen to get blessing 611. In that letter, they describe things about your life that only someone who watched you from the spirit realm would know. It will say things like, on your 12th birthday, you cried alone. I was there, or you speak to stars. That is your power. These words will heal what trauma has left behind. Your heart will burst open, not in pain, but in divine relief. The heaviness you've carried will suddenly make sense. And once you know the truth, everything around you will begin to align. Financial opportunities, emotional connections, and even health improvements will rapidly unfold. That's because receiving truth activates every other blessing that was waiting for your yes. Type Amen to get blessing 369. The enemy tried to send distractions to delay this moment. Toxic people, empty promises, spiritual confusion. But all of them have been removed one by one. You're now standing in divine clearance, no more interference. No more confusion. The lawyer is already preparing the closing words of their final message to you. It begins with, "You don't know me, but I've loved this journey for you more than my own career." And it ends with, "The moment you open this, your purpose will begin." Archangel Michael says, you will be filled with light as you read it. Your hands will glow, your eyes will warm, and your entire soul will recognize the moment. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You are about to become the central figure in a case that was once considered too complex to solve. But now, with your presence, it is closing in divine victory. An article may soon publish a story about an unknown heir being discovered after years of silence. That heir is you. And the world will be shocked, not just by your connection, but by the grace you carry into the moment. There's a building with a light that never turns off. That light is a sign. It's said that only when the rightful heir arrives, the light will blink once and turn off. The caretaker has been watching it for 17 years. Yesterday, it blinked once. Type Amen to get blessing 114. Everything is shifting. Behind the scenes, angels are orchestrating the release of what belongs to you. In front of you, confirmations will begin to unfold in dreams, signs, and conversations. A person who once left your life will return just to tell you, "I saw you in a paper." You're the one. That person will be crying. Not for themselves, but for the truth finally revealed. You are not late, you are right on time. Even the lawyer said to someone recently, "I don't know why, but I believe they'll read the message at the perfect hour." That hour is now. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The moment you finish reading this message, a ripple of energy will be released in your atmosphere. Your name will begin to echo in places where it had once been erased. The lawyer has received another letter today, one stamped with the seal of a foreign nation, confirming that this case is now international. That means not only one country recognizes your divine right, but several governments and agencies are now involved. Your name has been marked for global restoration. The legal search has turned into a spiritual mandate. There are people now opening old boxes in foreign archives with trembling hands. Inside are documents written in your bloodline's ancient dialect, and shockingly, there is a match. They have confirmed your identity through both handwriting and energy resonance. Type Amen to get blessing 321. Archangel Michael says your presence is written into sacred geometry. The lawyer consulted a spiritual analyst who held your picture up to an ancient pattern, and the result was undeniable. You carry the mark of a long-lost promise. This lawyer has begun referring to you as the divine client. They have removed other cases from their schedule. Because this is not about payment, this is about prophecy. The moment your feet touch the courtroom, even the judge will feel it. Something will shift. Because justice was never just legal, it was always spiritual. The ancestors have spoken. Their voices, once distant, now chant in alignment. The documents are not just legal, they are covenantal. Type Amen to get blessing 565. There's a box locked with an old code. That code is your birth date reversed. Inside it is a ring worn by your great-great-grandmother during a historic rebellion. She wore it for power. Now you will wear it for peace. The lawyer will give you a choice: accept what's inside the vault or walk away. But heaven already knows your answer. You are ready. The vault will open with a touch only your hand can give. you may be asked to attend a private meeting in a room with golden curtains and no windows. This is not to intimidate, it's to protect. The truth being released there is not for the public yet. There's a scroll inside a wooden tube. The paper feels almost alive. The moment it's unraveled, a breeze will move through the room and you'll feel your ancestors stand beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 110. Someone who once betrayed your family is now asking for forgiveness. They are ill and before they pass, they have chosen to confess. They have written a full account of how they altered the record to keep your inheritance hidden. Their confession has been notarized, their bloodline will now begin to lose what they legally held. Because what was stolen is now being returned with interest. There is money, yes, there are assets. But greater than all of it is the spiritual authority you are about to reclaim. You will have decisions to make that affect others. The power you carry will elevate or expose, depending on your purity. Archangel Michael says, "You were born for such a time as this. Your crown was hidden in darkness, but now it's being placed back on your head." Type Amen to get blessing 788. This lawyer will soon appear in a video conference wearing a dark suit, trembling while trying to speak your name. Behind them, a judge, a translator, and 2 spiritual advisors will be present. The moment they say your name aloud, a light on the screen will flicker and you'll feel your pulse change. That is the moment everything locks into place. You'll suddenly remember a childhood moment when you said, "I was meant for something big." That moment was your spirit preparing you. The lawyer will weep during this call. Not because they are sad, but because they know they've fulfilled their purpose. They will tell you, "I was sent for this. Nothing else in my life matters more than this moment." You will be offered to visit a monument built in honor of your lineage. Your name will be carved beside those who once fought for truth. And a key, yes, a real golden key will be handed to you. Type Amen to get blessing 432. There is one last file they haven't opened. It's marked only to be read by the chosen one. You are that one. The file contains a story, a map, and a dream written by the person who left everything behind. Inside, it says, one day, they will read this and remember who they are. That day is today. You are not confused. You are waking up. The story describes events you've never spoken about, but that happened exactly as written. That's how you will know this isn't a scam, a trick, or a fantasy. This is destiny, pre-written, waiting to be fulfilled. A vault door, miles underground, will open soon. Cameras will record the moment. You will be told, step in first. This belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 699. The lawyer has told their family that if anything happens to them, the briefcase must be handed to someone wearing a certain symbol, a symbol that appeared in one of your childhood drawings. You once drew it without understanding, now it's showing up everywhere around you. You are activating spiritual GPS. Everything that was hidden is surfacing. You'll begin to see signs in strange places, license plates, receipts, repeating numbers, even names whispered in silence. All of this is orchestrated. You are not hallucinating, you are awakening. Once the inheritance is received, you will be given access to a secret trust. The trust includes assets across oceans, but even deeper than wealth, it includes the right to speak over regions. Your words will begin to carry unshakable authority. Type Amen to get blessing 557. One by one, people from your past will start contacting you. Not for favors, but for clarity. They'll say, I feel something different in you. Did something happen? You won't need to explain. Your light will say it all. A ceremony will be offered. You may decline it, but if you accept, it will seal your name in a higher book. You will be seated beside individuals who carry ancient spiritual authority. In that circle, you will be acknowledged. Not as a stranger, but as returned royalty. You will be anointed, recognized, and set apart. Archangel Michael says, this isn't a moment, it's a movement. And you are the spark that will light it. Type Amen to get blessing 444. A new passport, a new identity, and a sacred name will be given. This name isn't to replace yours, but to complete it. It holds vibrations lost to time, vibrations that will restore health, vision, and spiritual acceleration. You may cry for hours. Let it flow. Every tear is unlocking something buried in your DNA. Once the lawyer completes their final duty, they will disappear quietly. You may never hear from them again, but you will always carry their words, their work, and their faith in your destiny. From today forward, everything changes. Type Amen to get blessing 9.